And welcome back, everybody. As you can see, I'm sat at the one moment I've got a golden hat on. Let's take that off. As you can see, I am sat in my lovely summer room, which is also the dining room for my new house, which is I've been building throughout the season, and hopefully we can get some more done to it. But I've taken off the little hot bar so you can take it all in. Look at that! Isn't that absolutely marvellous? Great stuff. Nice. But yes, today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing a little bit more to the house, because we've got rooms that are unfinished and need doing. And the thing we are going to be doing today primarily, well, two things really, because I don't want to bore you with just the tiresome building side of the roofs and things like that. But what we're going to do today is my chief effort is to get this second floor in, and maybe we might even get the roof just there on. Get the roof on. But as I already said, that is boring to you guys, so we're going to sort of just jump between that. But the thing that you guys are going to want to see is this way. If you follow me. You keeping up? Come on. I know it's keep up. Come on, follow me. There we go. Oh no, that's a wall. Let's get in here. Right, so in here we are going to be doing the kitchen. This whole kitchen. And that's going to be absolutely wonderful. Indeed it is. This kitchen is going to be amazing. It's going to be something like you've never seen before. Well, it depends on how Minecrafty you are, I suppose. First thing we need to do, go collect some resources, and then we'll come back. Right, so we've done a little bit of work, and before we started work on the second floor, we have done this. We have done ceiling in what is going to be the library. Now, I'm not going to do the decoration of the library in this episode. We're going to save that for another episode, but I think the light level is just about right in here to prevent stuff from spawning. Maybe it might be a little bit too low in some places, but we are going to stick some lights on the table here anyway. So theoretically he says there should be enough light in here to prevent mobs from coming in and fluffing my sugarcane up. So yes, good stuff. Next though, we need to go back upstairs onto the second floor. Bit sick of seeing this corridor now. I certainly am. We need to go onto the second floor, have a little gander at what it is we are going to be doing up here. So let's just sleep the night away. Bada bim, bada boom. Now let's have a look. What do you think we should do up here? So we need to do a series of rooms again coming down here, and these are going to be. What are they going to be? He is thinking that we will do a wall across here, I think. And then we'll have this bit here as one room. We'll have a corridor that leads up to this room. So that then we have a room here, room here, room here, a room here, and a room here. Oh look, there's a little bumblebee. Hello. Oh, he's doing a little dance. Oh, let me join you. Wee. Oh dear. Wee. There we go. Dancing with the bees. I've been awake a little while, alright? I've been awake for a long time. Okay, I think you've bugged there. Get it? Bugged because you're a bee? Move. Come on. Get away from that. Off you go. Be free, bumblebee. And just like that, he was gone. Fantastic. Right, on to mapping out this room. And what is that under there? Let's have a look. With my new crossbow, because we lost our old one. Is that a zombie? No, it's a skelly bob. Some of that, you little bugger. Oh, you're so lucky I can't get to you. So we're just having a little bit of an update as to where we're at. So we've put the floor down. We've started doing the corridor, as you can see. Look at this. We're following the same pattern. Now, I think with logs, it's one of those things that a lot of people sort of forget the kind of patterns that you can do with it. But look at this. And if we come in here, it gives you another idea of this lovely floor. I'll be honest. When I started doing this floor, I was like, oh, not another log floor. And then I did it, and really, really like it. This is actually possibly my favourite floor in the building so far. And then I ruined it by doing this one. Actually, this one's not too bad, but it's that's more my style. That was just because I had a lack of other styles at the moment. But I don't think I've shown you much of the upper floor, but we've got some other floors going on. So we've got that one. And have we done this one? I can't remember. Yeah, we did this one. Just a normal check pattern. And this one's a little bit of a check pattern with a border. So it's, yeah, a little bit different. A little bit different. Oh, I can't wait to put the roof on this thing. It's so nice. And, you know, we've still got all this over here to do as well. I think we've done some of the floors over here. Yeah, we've got one there. There we go. Look at that. Let's just ignore that one. The pink room, which has got something going on with the floor. We may change some of these floors, but as I think I've alluded to in the past, is that I have designed the building in such a way that it's 2 blocks thick. So if I wanted to redecorate, I could redecorate this whole room. I could dig up this whole floor. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will just give you a little demonstration of what I mean. So if I wanted to dig up this floor, look at that. Floor. And yeah, that means we can redecorate it whenever we want. Or if somebody happens to rent a room off me, then they can redecorate it, I suppose. But we still haven't started the kitchen yet, but we will be getting to that soon. Soon. Probably be the last thing I do in the video. That doesn't mean skip ahead. But this is the other thing I've done. Now this room was slightly bigger. But I've now made it slightly smaller. Yeah. So I've made it slightly smaller because I needed an entry that went from the kitchen down to the basement. Because I was originally going to put the entry to the basement outside, but it's not really going to work in the greater scheme of things. And I figured, you know, if you've got a kitchen, then you're going to want to get access down to where all your supplies are. Now, I do need to do some jiggery-pokery with the roof because, as you can see, I've just kind of slammed a wall through here. But this is the little staircase I've done. And if you haven't seen the basement before, there's the basement. This absolutely tiny, you know, very small basement. I probably wouldn't even be able to fit. It's basically full. Basically full. So we're going to take that out so we've got room to put some other things in there later on. So yeah, I'll come back up here. I've put these lanterns as well to try and keep that current mood of like that mood lighting, to make it kind of dingy still. And it is a little bit dingy, and that's one of the things I like about the new, where am I going? The new 1.18 update is the lighting mechanics are so much different, and it enables you to create this gloomy feeling without risking little buggers spawning all over the place. So there. Right, on to doing the roof, because we're not doing the rooms upstairs today. We're just going to put the roof on this section of the building, which is the north wing? North? Hang on. Sun rises in the east. North, east. The south wing. So we're going to put the roof on the south wing today. So I'm going to need some deep slate, because that's what the roof's going to be made out of. Okay, confession time. I've been sat here building this kitchen without having pressed the record button. However, I have now realised, and I haven't finished building everything or detailing stuff. I've been doing it for a good 10 minutes and not recorded a single thing, which is not ideal. So we're going to do a little catch up on what we missed. So we'll come back to this kitchen. So what you would have seen last was I had said that I was going to do the roof. Bada bim, roof. Just to have a little quick scout around it. to show you what it looks like. There you go. That looks a little bit plain. We are going to do something with that later on, but at the moment that is not our main objective for today's episode. If we come around this side, you can see, well, you can't see yet, but wait a minute, over there, there we go. Then you can see you've got 6 windows along the top, 3 on each side, and yes, we haven't put the glass in yet because we haven't decided what we're going to actually do with the loft just yet. But there you go, that's the roof, and that's how it's going to go. But that's as high as the roof is going to get. These, I'm thinking, what I'm going to do is have peaks on each one of these going along. But I haven't decided yet. We'll see what the future holds. So let's go into the thing, the moment, the thing that you've all been waiting for, hopefully, unless you've turned off. And if you haven't turned off, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and leaving me a little comment to let me know how you think I'm doing, how you think these episodes are going, and what do you think of the builds. So let's move on with the kitchen. So as I say, in the kitchen we've done this. Now I did intend to build this kitchen with as little of the plugins as possible. However, I couldn't help but chuck in these lovely little jars that we've done with the heads plugin. So when you kill somebody, you take their head, and that is just a custom textured skin to look like a jar, and I like it. But here you go, as you can see, really simple design, but it's a bit of furniture that you can add to any building. Simple, pretty much entirely made out of spruce and other little bits and bobs. Nothing too hard. This is like day one materials. The reason I've got these here is because I've always thought that dark oak saplings look a little bit like cabbages. Really rubbish cabbages, but they look like cabbages. And we've got a little cake, and I'm going to fill all this up with food at some point as well. Over here we have our cooker. Now something that I had missed, there's a little top tip. If you put the fire immediately underneath, what you end up is with a constant plume of smoke. Now if you're indoors, if you've got cookers, a constant plume of smoke doesn't look very realistic. But what you want is this occasional intermittent plume of smoke. So what you do is you just place it 1 block further down, and then you end up with this. See, just the occasional little plume of smoke. Now we do want to add our item frames onto the top of these as well. There, and we need to make a few more of those, I think, because we are running a tad shy. So let's get some more item frames on the go. There we go. One more, and stick that there as well. Let's have a look. A little bit of meat, and now it looks like it's cooking. Splendid, fantastic, marvelous. And behind me, you can see that we've made the sink. Now, what we've done is like what we've got. You've got the basin, and then you've got like the little draining bit. The drain, I suppose. But you can see where we've gone with that. Now, you can embellish this a little bit more by, chucking in other little random bits of furniture and whatnot, which are, just going to sort of add a little bit to it. So I'm going to stick one of those there. I'm going to stick that back in a box because I'm going to use that for later on. But again, this is another ideal opportunity to chuck in one of these jars if you can get them. If you can get them, then yeah, stick one there. Now I should have, yes. So every fire will have a good little smokestack. So we want to get rid of that. Let's get rid of it. Come on, there we go. And then let's nerd pole up a little bit. What else have I got in the way of stuff in here? Right. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Some of those. So what we're going to do is just going to nerd pole up. Now this stuff, deep slate tile wall, looks very much like a smokestack, which comes in very useful for doing things like this. So I'm going to chuck a bit of wood in there, and then there we go. If we come down, looks a little bit like a smokestack, and that's the kind of effect that we're going for. But you can already see how this kitchen's starting to shape up and look more like an actual kitchen, which is exactly what we want. Now, what I am going to need to do the next little bit of project, I'm going to need some more copper. So join me back here in just a second. Okay, so we are using wax copper today. I've had to go out and just harvest it from my bees, which are think you can see him from this window. So we've got a little bit of a garden on the go out the back, and it's just a little vegetable garden, some bees, some flowers, and it's just for like the general bits and bobs that I need for building this building with. So let's chuck the copper that we don't need back in there, grab these, grab one of those, put that one back because we don't need that anymore, and couple that with that, chuck that one in there. There we go. just ignore me rambling to myself. So what we're going to do now is we are going to, where do we want the table? So we're gonna want a little like a preparation table, I suppose is the best way to put it, and we are going to want to put that here. Now these aren't going to be staying, we're going to be just using these as little platforms to start building the table. I think that should be long enough. Yes, that should be fine, because anybody who's a non-believer in scaffolding, you're wrong, pretty much. Mr. David Dustin, he now is a true convert of the scaffolding. He is now part of the scaffolding brotherhood. We are probably going to need a little bit more copper still as well, but we can sort that out in a second. So there we go. Because in kitchens you get quite a lot of sort of coppery surfaces, certainly in older kitchens as well. Now I'm going to just put a little bit of trim around it. Oh, not with a W on it. Don't know what that's going to be. Just stuck that on there. On there. There we go. We're just going to go all the way around the outside, just creating that little surface. Now you could make the argument of going, why not just go for a full copper table? I'll be honest, I thought about it and then I decided no. But you know, if you want to go for a full copper table, then that's up to you. You know, I'm not here to tell you to not go for a full copper table. If you want a full copper table, fill your boots. That is entirely up to you. And that, right, now we're going to want a cake, and we are going to want some candles. We're going to want a jar. What else do we want? Oh, we want that thing. And some flower pots. And we'll get some flowers from our garden to put in there in a little while. But I'm going to stick a little cake on the end. Some flower pots. These are... The way I think of these in kitchens, so David asked me when he came over and looked at the summer room the other day, he asked me, what do I think, what are these meant to be? And I kind of think of them as like drink holders or decanters of some sort of thing. I don't know, but they just fit, in my opinion. They just fit. And I think they look good. So that's why they're there. And yeah, that's why. That's the only reason I've got. Stick some candles down. Right, now we can go and get some flowers. Actually, let's have some more little cabbages. More little cabbages. Boom, boom. And get a little bit of meat. We should have some other bits in here. One of these. Oh, some fish. Yes, that's what we want. Little fish. Make sure it's the right way round. All right, Jonathan Ross. Right way round. If you know who Jonathan Ross is, well done. You would have got that joke. But there we go. And that's the little table. So what we're going to do is just going to jump up here so you can have a better look at it. There we go. Look at that. Looks like, oh dear. Looks like a little table. And that's what we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to the end of it. Now I've shown you a few little bits. Finish off the kitchen. And then join me for the end of the episode. Wonderful stuff. Look at that. As you can see in the background there, we've got a few little things. It's a very busy looking kitchen, and that's pretty much what we were going for. We wanted to look like it was busy, like meals were being prepared, and that there was things also being stored. There's our little cooker, and oh, there we go, a little puff of smoke. That's exactly what we want, and it's looking good. There's a bit of a long shot of the kitchen. And again, still looking quite busy. I might add a few other bits here and there, but I haven't decided yet. And there you go. And then there's the other window bay also looking like stuff's being done. Ultimately, really pleased with how it's come out. And I think it's on par with the summer room. Although the summer room is a little bit bigger with a bit more decoration. But it's on par. It's in keeping. Well, isn't that jolly good exciting stuff? So, what we're going to need to do now is we need to head back over to the main town area of Laputria because a little birdie, a little parrot told me that I've got a letter. Okay, so let's see what this letter's all about then, shall we? Because I understand the post has been. Right. Letter to Erebus. Tell you what, let's take this somewhere safe and give it a read.
Dear Sir Erebus, I write to you with the most grave of news. Sir Robbo has not reported back from duty, and I fear the worst. I last heard from him once he arrived at Dreadhaven. I had ordered him to investigate what's been happening at the mine there. We can't trust anyone at the moment. I know you and Sir David have worked together before, so I think he can be trusted. Go to Dreadhaven. Find out what's happened to Sir Robbo. Chapter Master, Carl von Towerhouse.
Wow. Now, that's something, I think needs addressing, isn't it? But that is the end of the episode for now. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to leave me a comment, tell me what you think, and then hopefully in the next episode we'll go and find out what's happened to Robbo. Poor Robbo.